connect with Patty and I during the whole masterclass. And from now moving forward, we're all connected together. And so this is really exciting today because today we're sealing your new identity. We are, I mean, it has been a journey together, and we are upgrading our frequency. And tonight we bring everything together live together in one room, and we seal our new identity, the highest, fullest version of yourself that receives love easily, receives money and abundance easily, receives support easily, all at once. And so this is a full overflowing manifestation and magnetism masterclass built entirely around you, around the collective, and what you're here to call in today or tonight. And to those of you who just started the 8-day healing and manifesting journey with us, now we are bringing it all together live with real high vibe advanced teachings from Patty and I, my soulmate student and soul sister Patty, and myself, your sacred space holders for tonight, will give you powerful declarations and teachings coming from our own personal experiences. And we're here with you. Both of us are here with you, and we're all together with an intimate group of like hearted souls. And we're all activating you, we're activating each other in real time. This is live teaching on the law of circuitry and why fear breaks your flow of abundance and love, and how to open it again, healing our hearts. As I speak, I'm healing our hearts here. And I will be also introducing or reminding you, to those who have been working with me for a longer time, embodiment practices for abundance and for receiving. And Patty will walk us through the root block, your money and love origin story, and we will trace early beliefs about worthiness, about receiving and love, where scarcity or self-abandonment got wired in. And Patty will also be walking us through receiving as a spiritual practice and shifting from striving, hustling, or earning your worth, proving your worth, to simply allowing and receptivity as the feminine polarity of manifestation. And today we're harnessing the power of our mind, our hearts, our body, our soul, and our spirit. And today it's all about the energy, is all about allowing it to be easy and joyful. I mean, we still work, right? Like right now, I'm working right now. I'm in Canada right now, and I'm working from home. So we still work, but we do it joyfully, lovingly, um, with less pain, with less struggle, or really eliminating the story of struggle. And the energy is all about receiving all the infinite blessings with grace and glory. And yeah, Patty, before we dive in, is there anything on your heart or your mind, or any insight you want to share with everyone tonight before we dive in? So I will be discussing first, and then Patty, and then we'll wrap up together.
Hello, good evening. Hello, Miss Aleli, and hello to my sisters, Joanna, Maddie, Hardev, and Isa. So, Joanna and Maddie are based in La Union. Joanna I met through the collab space, and Maddie I met through Threads, my favorite place in social media. So, the energy for August, I noticed, is that a lot of people seem to, especially in the Philippines, a lot of people have rooted August to be a month of bad luck because it's ghost month. And a lot of business owners prepare themselves for the worst instead of understanding that every belief has a history. And if they took the time to understand the history behind Ghost Month, they would understand that it is not bad luck. It is actually a time to reconnect with beliefs you learn from your family, because it's the Hungry Ghost Month. And when we talk about hungry ghosts, they can also come in the forms of stories handed down from generation to generation. It's related to the generational curses that awakened people are trying to break. And two of the most affected areas of a person's life when it comes to generational trauma or generational curse is love and money. That's where it manifests the most. So that's why I believe that the topics we prepared tonight, Miss Alali, align very well with the transits for August, and as well as the theme of Ghost Month.
Exactly,
Yeah.
my love. Thank you so much. We're so excited for what you're gonna share about the root block. Especially you've come from this. Like this is your story. You've thrived upon this. You've risen. Like you're always rising up above all the challenges. And I mean your story. You came from, in your story, extreme struggle and poverty and I believe this is what we are here to bring together, like Patty's story when it comes to, lack in terms of money and me in terms of self-love. Because my journey is about, coming from abusive relationships, physically abusive, financially, everything abusive. And then Patty's coming from this story of struggle. I was also, of course, rags to riches, but I feel um you have more expertise in this aspect because you really came from, you know I mean the stories of your parents about being um beaten up because you cannot pay the rent, all those stories coming from your childhood. And now look at you now, you have your thriving business and you're doing it and both on both ends, right? You have the SEO business and then you have the spiritual healing coaching business. And yeah, multiple businesses to come. And yeah, later on, Patty will be discussing more about also how you were able to shift from struggle to allowing and now receiving, right? Uh, to everyone here, you can, of course, just relax. But if we if we can ask for a picture together, that would be amazing. If we can have like, if we can see your beautiful faces, maybe now and then later on, we can. Oh, Aliyah got disconnected, and yeah, let's just have an opening uh, group picture if that's all right. Yay. Or if not, just send us your emojis for us to commemorate this moment. And again, you can have your cameras off for the whole time. And you can also just receive or you can participate in the chat. All right. Ah, yay. Yay. Thank you so much. And later on, we'll be asking again. Again, you can just relax and sit pretty, lie down pretty, and we just wanna, of course, capture our group gathering. That's why we ask for a class picture. All right. So please feel free to share your wins and intentions. Again, we will celebrate, bless, and amplify them together. What are you calling in? You know, feel free, don't rush into this. We have 2 hours or more, 2.5 hours to really intend to call in, manifest, attract the big. Don't think small, you know, think big, feel big. And this is the first exercise to that tonight. Today I'm in Canada. It's what time is it here? 9:29. 9:29. Ooh. And I know in the Philippines it's 9:29 as well. PM. And in Dubai it's 5:29. I'm based in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi. So yeah, amazing. 12 hours difference, but we're here together in one room. Isn't that amazing? So you came to this call because you want more love, more money, more of everything you're calling in. So let's start there. Simply, honestly, drop in the chat right now or in your journal everything you're manifesting. Be bold, be brave, be honest. Do not hold back, do not shrink it, do not make it smaller so it sounds more reasonable. What are you calling in? All of it. You can say it like more love, more money, more joy, more freedom, or specific things like, you know, $20,000. Like this is a manifesting and magnetism masterclass. And naming all your intentions out loud is, of course, the first activation of tonight. And we will celebrate you and we will pray for you. We will bless you and we will go through the practices together. But I would love for you to start with this. What are you calling in? What what are your soul's desires? And before we go further, I wanna also talk for a moment why being in this room together live actually matters. I mean, I've been doing this for so many years already since 2020, since the pandemic. I've been doing online webinars, digital master classes, and live workshops and webinars. And I just know how every time there is a manifesting masterclass, people manifest things. It's just like inevitable. It always happens all the time. There's no exception to the rule. Every single time, if you list down your intentions, at least one of your intentions, it is done, it is yours, it is given. You'll see it in your reality. You'll see the evidence. It always happens every single time in all of the hundreds of master classes, manifesting master classes that I've facilitated. It always happens. I remember I created my first ever manifesting like mastermind last year, and I was able to manifest my son's um diploma, my culinary arts diploma in Dubai. And I was like, that was my intention that before and after this manifesting mastermind, my son will graduate. And it happens. It's it's like sometimes it's, of course it takes effort, right? But sometimes it's coming from unexpected sources, clients coming in, an opportunity. Like I was invited to be one of the well-being practitioners in a wellness center in Abu Dhabi. I don't know how they found me. No, of course I know because I'm part of the WhatsApp group chat. But why me? Why they chose me out of everyone? There's a reason behind that because I'm a Filipina, because they think they feel I speak well or I'm beautiful or whatever it is. They chose me among all the many among all the hundreds of yoga instructors, spiritual teachers, manifesting coaches inside that WhatsApp group. We're like 200 plus in the WhatsApp group. It's called Abu Dhabi Lightworkers um social events. Yeah, we're like out of 200 people. Why me, right? Wait, someone's texting. Someone's asking for the Zoom link. Hold on. All right. So, wait, hold on. Okay. So, first there is a principle called osmosis and the law of entrainment. When you sit next to people who are calm and certain and abundant, and your own body starts to believe, calmness, and certainty and abundance, that they're all possible for you too when you sit with people who are really business savvy, who are so good with business, who are entrepreneurs. Suddenly you will come to realize that, oh, it's possible to live and have your to earn money out of your own resources, out of your own talents and skills. It's possible. It's possible. And now you're sitting with people who love learning, who love expanding, who are open, who are maybe not as skeptic as others, who are more have more absolute faith and certainty and belief, and who believe in personal growth, empowerment, and expansion. And when you're surrounded by people like that, your own body, your own nervous system starts to believe the same way too. It's the principle of osmosis, it's the law of entrainment, and it's also synergy. Like when, for example, a room with just one candle versus a room with so many lit candles, right? The room with many candles that are lit up, when you light up so many candles in one room, it's the room becomes so much brighter. And that's really how it is. That's simply how energy works. And it just becomes possible for you too when you're entrained, when you're connected with like-hearted high vibe souls who are awakened and aligned and activated. And it all becomes possible for you even before your mind even agrees to it, even before your mind really comprehends or understands everything. This is just how energy works. The same way a room full of candles burns brighter than one candle alone. So tonight, just by being here, you're already receiving, you're already being activated. So I wish that you will share with us everything that you want to manifest. And we are receiving together right now. And of course, Patty and I are here to bless you and activate you. So these are what we have learned together in the last 8 days. First, we've learned that there's one unified field. There's one unified field. Your love and your money stories are not two different things to fix. They're one field, and when you feel safe to receive in one, you become safe to receive in the other two. And everything we do today or tonight, every teaching, every practice, every declaration is simply helping you feel safe enough in your body to finally let both in. And simply because your first ever beliefs about love and money were formed in the same house by the same people before you were old enough to question them. Simply because you inherited these beliefs, you can also release them now when you have more self-awareness. And also, more love, more money is just really more value, more value. When you say more love, more money, it just means more value. Love, money, it's just value. Value flowing to you and value flowing through you. That is all abundance ever is at its core. Value moving through you. And tonight, we are not chasing anything new. We are simply clearing. We're clearing the way for what is already yours to finally reach you. We're clearing old patterns, old limiting beliefs. Hold on, let me just charge my laptop. There. We're clearing and we're releasing what you inherited from the matrix. And, later on, Patty will be discussing receiving as a spiritual practice. And this is a core teaching that we would love for everyone to really internalize and realize. Receiving is not owed or earned, it is practice. Let something good land fully without deflecting it. And it's a frequency, the receptivity, the allowing frequency. It's it's a frequency that takes real practice and positive reinforcements to hold. And that is why Patty and I are here to give you those positive reinforcements. And in the last days together, we also um, discussed how the nervous system and your capacity to receive is all about really teaching yourself that it's normal to receive. Every deep breath teaches your nervous system a new normal. Your body has to feel safe before it can hold more. No matter how ready your mind feels, your body has to feel safe. And later on, I'll be teaching you embodiment practices for that. Divine masculine and feminine, balancing and receiving, balancing giving and receiving. Giving and receiving were meant to work together. Give from overflow and receive as easily as you give. This is in the Bible, this is in Kabbalah, this is in Taoist teachings, this is in all teachings all over the world. The balance and giving, it's in yin and yang. And I will be discussing this, the law of circuitry. And certainty as a practice. Certainty is a decision, not a feeling you wait for. It is, again, a frequency that takes real practice and positive reinforcements to hold. Also, in attracting abundance, I know that you're very aware of evil eye. And so you gotta protect your energetic field. You do not owe anyone a front row seat to what is growing in you. Let yourself grow and prosper quietly and protect your peace. It's very important in manifesting more abundance. Like only connecting with like-hearted, high vibe, beautiful souls. That's it. Like only connecting with people who you know will support you, who will genuinely cheer for you, not, pull you down, who don't have that crab mentality to pull you down. And that's why we connect with each other. And this, I know that the souls that we attract are very, very selective. We're very, very like high vibe elite souls because I know that if it's not um same vibration, of course, the energy, the energy will not just vibe with each other, and they will all just naturally dissipate or fall away. I have posted this on Instagram, and I just want to say this again. Value isn't something you negotiate for, it's something you already hold. And the world adjusts once you stop shrinking to fit old standards. Let me just, yeah, I'm reading. I posted this on Instagram. Value isn't something you negotiate for, it's something you already hold. And the world adjusts once you stop shrinking to fit old standards. I used to think I had to prove I was worth more, that I have to work sleepless nights just to earn my way through. Now I just show up fully as the woman who knows it, and everything else follows. The soulmate students, high value clients, the love, the peace, the expansion, the like hearted, beautiful souls, the portals I walk into. All of it responds to the high vibe energy I bring, not what I got to prove. And everything who is not in alignment and who cannot rise up with me naturally dissipates and falls away. Anyone who is not in alignment and who cannot rise up with you will naturally dissipate and fall away, even if they're your partner, even if they're your boyfriend, your husband. That's just how it is. Or especially if they cannot rise up with you, that's why, you'll end up separating. But you will always attract, of course, something better. Or they can rise up with you, just like what's happening, of course, to Patty. Her partner is rising up higher to meet her. And everything who is not in alignment and who cannot rise up with you naturally dissipates and falls away. this is what I teach the women I work with too. You don't earn your worth, you remember it. And you stay in that expansive frequency as you transcend and evolve higher and higher. There are ego deaths along the way, but then we always recalibrate back to pure love. Remember that you're always deeply valued, divinely guided, and fully supported. All right, so remember that. Um, Isa, ooh, Isa says, love the hair. Yeah, new hair, new me. My life partner and more travels and adventures this year. It is done. It is complete. It is fulfilled. How about the others? How about you, Madeline, Hardev, Joanna, Aliyah? Um, what are you manifesting? What are you calling in? All right. So just feel free to share in the chat. And Patty and I are here to hold space for you. And so let's continue. Oh, there. Yes, I love that. More money, travels, and self love. I love your name, by the way. Like M. Madeline Montevirgin. Verhem. Verhem. I love that. And I mean, if you see the title of our masterclass is M. Like M also. Love it. More. M is for more. M for more. Joanna, more money, better sleep. Oh, I love that. More sleep. That's a good one. You're manifesting more sleep. I love that. Better sleep as well. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be more. Better sleep. Yes, correct. Deep theta, delta level sleep. And yes, self love. Love that. Financial stability, love, travel, a new place to live. I love this. It is done. It's complete. It is fulfilled. So be it. And so it is. Blessing everyone who's here tonight. So, again, more love, more money is really just more value flowing to you and flowing through you. Now, the law of circuitry. There are so many universal laws, and I have a whole course on that, the spiritual laws of the universe, law of attraction, law of vibration, um, the vacuum law of prosperity, um, law of compensation, the law of polarity, so many more. We could spend a lifetime, law of gestation, that we could spend a lifetime studying. That's what I love teaching. The spiritual laws of the universe. I mean, Patty is a graduate of our life coaching certification training program. She is also a graduate of my spiritual laws of the universe course, and she is a certified international um, spiritual laws of the universe coach and international life coach as well. um, I love teaching this. I love teaching the laws of the universe. But tonight, I want to focus on this one, this law. Oh, Hardev is also a graduate of her life coaching certification training program, of course, and spiritual laws of the universe. And I really love teaching spiritual laws of the universe. But today, this is the focus, the law of circuitry, also known as the law of giving and receiving. And when you really master this, oh, Isa as well, of course. But Isa has not sent her self-reflective essay. Wink, wink. I love you. Yes. So I super love teaching spiritual laws of the universe. I will send you guys the identity shift PDF where I have shared all of that in writing. Okay, mental note to share it. I'll put it in my notes. Because I super love teaching this. If there's like a course like this in school, I would enroll. Um, I will share to the attendees. If I didn't, remind me, okay? It's I will share a PDF about the identity shift and the spiritual laws of the universe. All right. I will share. Mental note. So let's focus on this one, law of circuitry, also known as the law of giving and receiving. And when you really master this, you will never run out. You will never run out. Or maybe sometimes it happened to me before, like I almost did run out, but then right at that moment, something will appear. But I commanded and I prayed that I would don't want to be in that same position again, like almost zero. That's why I have now several bank accounts, like credit card, debit card, and then the savings in the Philippines. Like before, I would have instances where I had like almost zero. And then right at that moment, something will arrive. And I'm like, either it's from like a salary or a commission or a friend or, a client coming in, or someone who owes me money will give money back, you know. But now I'm out of that, and I'm happy that I'm already out of that stage when it's like it's it's like there will be a time when it's a life or death moment, I'm out of that, and I'm so happy because I have made the shift, and then it's just more upgrades from now, just up level and up level and up level. I mean, I am a single mom, so my ex has never given me any, financial support whatsoever. I used to support actually my exes. um so, for us independent, strong independent women, um you know how it feels like, right? When you have to, of course, earn your own money. And I know that how it is to be in this linear thinking. I used to be in a corporate job. I used to work so many hours. I used to work four jobs. And then because I have big dreams, I don't I of course I put my son in the best schools, and then um I I have a lot of expenses. So of course, the more outflow, the more inflow. And I mean, the more outflow, the more inflow necessary for the outflow. So before, I had a lot of like full-time jobs. I don't I I don't have time to talk about it right now, but how I made it work, that I'm fully employed in all of these organ companies before, like because of the time zones, I can work French time, and then after that the my business will be Dubai time, and then Philippines, I would wake up 4 a.m. in the morning because my class is um 8 a.m. in Manila, so that will be 4 a.m. in Dubai. And then when the day in Manila is over, I'll cater to my French clients and my business. And then weekends, I'm fully employed during the weekends in a center in Dubai. So it's like it was a chaotic period in my life when I had four jobs. But my point is, I was still in linear thinking before. And I used to do corporate work. I would do the usual 12, it's not even 8 hours a day of work. It's like 12 hours or more a day of work, right? Before I even had my own business, I had intense corporate work. And that's linear thinking. And I feel like at that time, I really didn't master the law of circuitry. But when you master the law of circuitry, you will always live in a state of overflow. It's inevitable. Like when you really master this, there will always be something extra. Like you will have this moment, like you really have a lot of overflow, but then you will have some time, then okay, I just have a little extra to live a comfortable life, a good lifestyle, right? But then there will be all, like there are seasons when you will be not, lavishly traveling. And then there will be a season when you're really massive overflow, but you won't be zero. You will always be in a state of you have something extra. So living in a state of overflow. And I want you to breathe slowly and deeply and feel your own breath. Feel your own breath. Imagine if you only inhale, like you only inhale and inhale and inhale. Imagine this. You're only inhaling. Just inhale and inhale. If you can just inhale and inhale and inhale again, and inhale and inhale, inhale more, inhale some more, inhale, inhale, just inhale, inhale, deep, 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 deep inhale. If you only inhale and never exhale, what would happen? Just keep on inhaling forever. Okay, if you cannot take it anymore, stop. Because if you only inhale and never exhale, if you inhale forever, you hold every breath in, you would suffocate, you would die. You cannot only inhale forever, holding every breath in, terrified to let it go. You would suffocate, you would die. Breathing only works because you inhale and you exhale. If you really understand this, if you breathe properly, you inhale and then you exhale in a continuous circuit, air in, air out, over and over. This is how nature is. This is how life's supposed to be. Life is supposed to be in and out. And money value is exactly the same. It has to move through you, not just to you, but it has to move through you. Also, you can think of money the way you would think of electricity. And not just money, love. Think of love and value as electricity. It only works as a circuit. It has to flow out and flow back, out and back in a continuous loop. And the moment you cut the circuit, you break the flow anywhere along the line, the whole thing stops working. In an energy circuit, the light simply goes out. It turns out, gets turned off, or it goes out. And money moves the exact same way. It was never meant to be hoarded in one spot. It was meant to circulate, circulate, flow out from you, flow back to you again and again and again and again. And the more you circulate money, the more abundant you get. I realized this. Like before, I was only circulating like, 30,000 pesos a month. And then it became like 50,000 pesos a month. And then, it became dollars. So from $2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and so and so, and so on and so forth, 10,000, 20,000. So the more you circulate money, the more abundant you get. The moment you clamp down on that flow out of fear, out of skepticism, out of lack of belief, out of worry, out of doubt, the whole circuit breaks. You are not meant to hoard. Abundance is not accumulation. Abundance is circulation. And if you're so scared that you will run out, you will never be rich. If you're so scared that you will run out and you have nothing to give, you will never be rich. That fear itself is what breaks the circuit. It is not the economy, it is not the recession, it is not your industry, it is not your parents, it is the clenched fist. You're gripping tightly out of fear. You're always inhaling and never exhaling. what will happen? Of course, if you keep on inhaling and never exhaling, you're accumulating, you're hoarding, you're gonna suffocate, you're gonna die, you're gonna break the circuit. You can be like sick. You'll encounter all these problems. You'll be like encountering like sudden emergency bills or whatever. And when you're gripping tightly out of fear, nothing new can actually get in because you're just so full of the old stagnant molded energy, mold and toxic and stagnant stale stock energy. Nothing new and vibrant and radiant can actually get in. Also, when you're gardening, I'm living now in a home with so many plants. um so when you're gardening, a garden hose, if you pinch the hose, the water stops flowing completely on both ends. So that's how a hose and that's how a hose works. But the moment you release your grip, you release your grip, let the water flow freely, more water simply keeps coming from the source because the flow itself is what keeps the whole system alive. The flow keeps the whole system alive. A pond that never lets water out grows stagnant. That's how a pond is. It becomes stagnant. A river that keeps flowing stays clean, stays fresh and full and bright forever if it keeps flowing. So that is the energy, allowing things to be easy and flowing. That is the energy that we're embodying today, flowing. And we teach this in yoga, we teach this in breath work, and just simply integrating these teachings of flowing and allowing. Anything designed to hold water or air completely still, sealed shut, with nothing moving in or out, eventually grows mold, eventually grows stale, stagnant, sometimes even smelly, breaks down. Anything designed to keep moving, circulating, cycling through, stays clean and functional for years. So if you're moving, if you're circulating, if you're flowing, if you're cycling, you stay clean, you stay functional, you stay abundant, you stay fresh for years. Money is a living system. Love is a living system. It's all designed to move. It's all designed to flow. In a relationship, if you just give and give and give and give and never receive, what will happen, right? You will run out. You will be so depleted. And that happened to me. And I know some of you here resonates with what I'm saying. Or if you just receive, you're not even giving value to the relationship. Guess what will happen? Your partner will run out. And eventually the partnership will get broken. That's how it is. The partnership will just fail, or you'll just end up separating because there's no balance in giving and receiving. There has to be an inflow and an outflow. That's how it is. In anything. And it's all designed to move. Energy is designed to move, and you are made of energy. This is why so many people who hoard money, who grip it out of fear, actually end up with less over time, not more. And this is also why some of the most generous people, the ones who give freely and easily, so often find money circling right back to them, sometimes from places they never expected. Like, have you ever received money from unexpected sources? I, I realize it happens to me every time I give generously. And it doesn't have to be always money that you're giving. It can be energy. It can be food. It can be your love. It can be your teaching. It can be your beautiful energy, your content. It doesn't necessarily have to be money that you're giving all the time, right? But of course, money is a big part of it. And who doesn't want money? We all love money. We all want money to circulate. So, um, this teaching is not new. What I'm teaching you right now, this is not new. It has been taught across so many traditions in different words for thousands of years. This has been taught. in Kabbalah, in the Bible, in Taoist philosophy, in Sanskrit, in Bhagavad Gita, everywhere you'll see this. And you are also the evidence. Like, don't just believe anything that I teach. You will know from your own experience that you are the evidence. So in Kabbalah, there's a teaching that light itself is only meant to flow through a vessel, never to simply fill it and stop, and a vessel that only receives without ever letting light pass through it eventually cannot receive anything new either. If you don't let light pass through the vessel, eventually it cannot receive anything new either. Because it is already full and stagnant. That's what happens if you don't allow the light to flow through you as a vessel. In the Bible, there's a teaching that what you give out returns to you, often multiplied and overflowing, because giving was never meant to be a loss. It was meant to be the opening of a door, of a gateway. And in Taoist philosophy, this is the simple illustration of a yin and yang, yin and yang energy, two forces that only stay balanced in a life because they're constantly flowing into each other, and they're never frozen, never fixed in place. They're both always flowing. The yin and yang energy. And in different traditions, thousands of years apart, all circling the exact same truth. Money, like breath, like light, like water, was always meant to move. Always meant to move. I repeat, always meant to move. So I want you to reflect on these teachings. In what ways do you think that you are still not allowing everything to move? And I know that a lot of the things that I'm saying may trigger you, or maybe some of you will even think, I mean, I'm not saying this because you're like that, but I know for sure that other people are, skeptic and saying, oh, you're just saying that because, um, because that's your job. I mean, my job is spiritual teachings, and I have a business which is teaching abundance, right? But honestly, you will be the evidence. You will be the evidence. I will remind you all of these things, but then you'll just find it within you. No matter how much evidence I will tell you, you will just realize that you are the evidence of how the power of mind works, how the power of belief works, how the power of pure love frequency works. This is all there. This is all there is. That is all there is. This is all the teachings. This is what the teachings are all about. Love, money, value, energy, they're all one and the same thing. And they're all meant to move. Now, this is big. This is big. Okay. When I shifted from linear to quantum, it's just like, this is mind blowing for me. This is where my life began to change. I studied in Philippine Science High School, a very, very scientific. We were even given stipend, that they call stipend, which is basically just salary to study. I was paid to study in high school. I was literally paid to study. I was studying, and day and night, burning the midnight oil, studying physics at a very young age, all of these crazy geometry, calculus, whatever, all of those big, 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 big academic subjects at a very young age. I was already studying. So I was very logical, scientific, the usual A-type personality. And I was very linear thinking because I thought it all worked like that. Addition, so 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. I didn't believe that 1 plus 1 is equal to 11 or even 111. I just started learning that when I started reading the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Stephen Covey, by Sean Covey, because there's a Seven Habits for Highly Effective People and Seven Habits of Highly Effective Teens. So I read both from by the father and son. And then there's this teaching there called synergy. 1 plus 1 is not equal to 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. It's not 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. It's 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. But for me now, 1 plus 1 is not equal to 3. It's 1 plus 1 is equal to 11 or more, actually, right now with my quantum thinking. So a linear thinking is that 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. That's a linear thinking. But quantum thinking is, instead of addition, it's multiplication. Sometimes you don't even multiply, you just know that it's like it's good, it's gonna come back gazillion times. So linear thinking says, I worked this many hours, so I earn this much, and that is all there is. Quantum thinking says money can arrive from multiple sources, from directions you never planned for, in amounts that do not match your hours worked. A surprise referral, an unexpected gift, an opportunity out of nowhere. A free airline ticket for those who want to travel, or a 1 month expense paid trip, or free lodging, or food, or um clients reappearing. I had one client who just recently signed up again, renewed. So I want you to gently challenge what we were taught. Most of us were taught this way. The way most of us learn to manage money is often rooted in fear, not really in overflow or abundance, but we were taught to believe, I only have this much, so I must restrict, I must budget, I must allocate, I must cut back, and I have to make it last until the next payday, until the next, this is all I have. I'm so stingy and just keeping it to myself. And so, I'm budgeting. I know that you know that word. It's everywhere, the word budget, allocate. And I do believe in that. I do believe in it. But I want to offer a different perspective. So this is linear thinking. It assumes there's a fixed pie and your only job is to slice it thinner. Okay, I work this many hours, so I earn this much money, and then that is all there is. Cause leads directly to effect in a straight, predictable line, and nothing more is possible outside of that line. That is linear thinking. Quantum thinking is different. Quantum says money does not have to arrive only through the linear path you can currently see. What if someone who owes you 3 more installments choose to pay in advance? That recently happened to me. That is quantum thinking. It's not like linear logical thinking. But oh my gosh, someone would love to pay in advance, and it's possible. It's possible. Someone just paid me 555 times 3, $555 times 3 installments because she chose to pay in advance her remaining installments. And I am the evidence. It happened to me. Like, it is my reality. That's quantum thinking. It is really knowing how money is not solid, it's not fixed, it's liquid, it's like air. Money is not even like water, money is air. It comes from multiple sources, from directions you never planned for, in amounts that do not match how many hours you worked. An unexpected gift, a surprise referral, an opportunity that seemingly comes out of nowhere. This is quantum abundance. Exponential, not linear, not addition only thinking. So instead of managing money purely from restriction and fear, I suggest that you try this shift. Let every dollar move through you with intention, not fear. Ask, always ask, is this decision, is this movement expanding my circuit or only clamping it shut? That is the question. Is this decision trusting that there will be movement of money, trusting in movement of money, or is it expanding my circuit Or is it clamping it shut into stagnant energy? So investing in your growth, your own health, your own business, giving generously, these are not reckless movements. They are simply keeping the circuit open. You're moving with purpose instead of freezing in fear. And a simple, relatable example here is when someone managing from fear looks at $100 and asks, how do I make this $100 stretch and last as long as possible? So they're cutting everything they can, they're sealing the circuit shut. But someone managing from the expansive circuit looks at that same $100 and asks, how can I make this moving? How can I make this moving wisely so it grows and it comes back to me larger or opens a new door or gateway that I could walk through? That is quantum thinking. So always think quantum, not linear. You're not capped by your hours. You're not capped by what you can currently see coming. I implore you to let the circuit flow, let money move through you in a circuit, and trust the circuit to keep refilling itself. Know that you are a circuit for abundance, and you give and you receive freely in an endless flow, and money move through you with intention, not fear. Money moves through you and always returns to you from sources that you can see and sources you have yet to imagine. All right, let me just give you that download and declaration. If you can just close your eyes, touch your heart, or with your eyes open with a soft gaze, just relax and breathe and simply declare with me, with feelings, or you can just simply say yes. I am a circuit for abundance. I give and I receive freely in an endless flow. I move my money with intention, not fear. I feel and think in quantum energy, never linear, but quantum energy. Money moves through me and always returns to me from sources I can see and sources I have yet to imagine. I am an infinite vessel. I am open, willing, and available to receive infinite, unlimited abundance now. I open up my heart to receive. I'm a wondrous vessel, expanding my heart to receive the highest level of love and the greatest abundance. It is done. It is done. It is done. It is complete. It is fulfilled. So be it, and so it is. All right, let's continue. Now, in Kabbalah, the teaching about the vessel is this, that your capacity to receive is never fixed. It expands the more you consciously choose to stretch it. So tonight, with every declaration, with every breath, with every practice we do together, I'm saying tonight because most of you are in the Philippines or in Malaysia, Hardev is in Malaysia. I am in Canada. Is there anyone else from other countries, or are you all from the Philippines? If you are from another country, let me know in the chat. But yeah, I'm assuming everyone, almost all of you are, yeah, may I know where are you guys from? Let me know in the chat where are you guys from. I mean, I know most of you, in La Union, some of you are in La Union as well, right? So, I would love for you to know that tonight, every declaration, every breath, every practice we do together is literally expanding your vessel. And whatever we're intending tonight, it's making room for more love, more money, more value to actually land fully in your body, in your nervous system, in your space. once they arrive, because they're all coming. They're already coming. Feel them coming already. Like the motion, there's the motion of them coming already. And there's also a hermetic principle, as within, so without. So whatever shifts inside you moves outward into your relationships, your income, your whole life, because your outer world has no choice but to mirror what is happening in your inner world. So you do not need to memorize any of these teachings that we're teaching you tonight. You simply need to know that you're doing real work. Even though it feels light and easy and breezy, you're doing inner work right now. And everything in your life will shift when you shift internally. When you shift internally. And of course, we do this with the declarations, with the principle of osmosis, because you're surrounded by like-hearted, beautiful, abundant beings here, loving souls here. And we also do it with energy healing, because Patty and I and a lot of you here are also light workers, energy healing practitioners. So with every word that we speak, we're giving healing energies. We're sending healing vibes. So I would be sharing some embodiment practices for abundance. But before that, I would love for you to um, recite some affirmations with me. Look, hold on. I will just put in the chat. There. So just some more declarations to open our energetic field. Place your hand on your heart and say these with me out loud, or just simply say yes. I'm open to more love. I'm open to more money. I release what has kept me small. I receive easily in love and in money starting now. I'm safe to want everything my heart desires. It is done, it's complete, it is fulfilled. So be it, and so it is. And I just want you to, open up your hands. You can do this. This is an embodiment practice. Open your hands up in the air. You can also close your eyes for a moment if that feels good. Breathe in and breathe out. And feel your desires already close, already yours, already on its way. You can also say, what is mine cannot miss me. I receive it with ease. You can just say, I receive it with ease. I receive it with ease. That's one of the embodiment practices that I'm teaching you. It can be like when you're feeling doubt and fear in the middle of your day, just pause, stretch your arms wide, and then just do that. I receive with ease. I'm open. I'm open to more love. I'm open to more money. I release what has kept me small. I receive easily in love and in money starting now. I'm safe to want everything my heart desires. And know that you're allowed to want it all. You're allowed to love big. You're allowed to want, what you have shared in the chat: travels, a beautiful home, money, clients, a business. You're allowed to allow money big, this big, and bigger than that. Wanting it fully means you're being honest. It's not like you're needy or you're selfish. You're being honest. Who doesn't want it fully? Who doesn't want it big? You're allowed to want it big. And know that as you manifest, know that you're already whole. As your manifestations arrive, you're already whole. You want everything my heart desires fully, and I'm already whole as it arrives. I want you to say this. I want everything my heart desires fully, and I'm already whole as it arrives. So let's practice this first embodiment practice, the victory pose. Arms overhead in a wide V-like shape, like you have already won. Holding this shape shifts your hormones, lowering stress, raising confidence. So I just want us to recite this affirmation. I want everything my heart desires fully, and I'm already whole as it arrives. I want everything my heart desires fully, and I'm already whole as it arrives. You can also recite again the affirmations that I sent earlier. I'm open to more love. I'm open to more money. I release what has kept me small. I receive easily in love and in money starting now. I'm safe to want everything my heart desires. And then touch your heart. Touch your heart and then feel how good it is to receive. This is such a very easy embodiment practice, but I would love for you to practice this daily. All right? Um, because manifestation is not only mental, it's very physical. Your body is a doorway, and that's why I'm teaching you all this. These are ancient traditions, and ancient wisdom has always known this. The body is not separate from spirit. The body is the very vessel the spirit moves through. And every posture, every gesture, every declaration carries its own frequency. So this is the first practice, the victory pose. You can say out loud your favorite mantra as you do this victory pose. And this is just a quick hack that you can do every time you feel like lack or scarcity. Now, prasaritasana, this is something I learned from my Indian yoga teachers. I learned this in 2019, just before the pandemic. October 2019, I did my Tantra yoga teacher training in Sri Kali Ashram. This is from their website in Thailand. I love this pose. Honestly, I posted actually myself doing this post on Instagram a while back. They said that it would take 3 months to perform this, but I instantly was able to perform this. I really love this pose. This is just basically arms and legs spread wide, or you can use your arms to um help your leg. Basically, it's just a split. I love splits. If you see also my Instagram, how I incorporate splits in my dance. I love splits. Split is the ultimate abundance pose. It's a tantra yoga for abundance pose. You do it while lying down. When you wake up in the morning, you spread your legs or before you sleep, and that's it. You just receive. You close your eyes and receive. This is a tantra for abundance pose, and it has been practiced for generations. What do? You lie on your back, let your arms and legs spread wide. You can be like a star completely open, or you can use your hands to assist your legs. And in the Sri Kali Ashram tradition, this is one of the Tantra for Abundance pose. It's like opening your body, asking for more beautiful energy. You're just simply breathing here for a few deep breaths, and you're feeling wide, exposed, and free and safe all at once because you're lying down. And this is what it feels like to fully receive. So, if the first embodiment practice is all about your arms wide open standing, this is lying down with your legs wide open. All right, please practice this later. This is my favorite tantra yoga pose, I'm telling you. Favorite. Like it works like magic. Next, are you willing to do this at your own? You can tell me if you need assistance and help, or if you want to send your picture to me doing this, feel free to do that as well. All right. So, next, Gyan Mudra. Okay, Gyan Mudra, this is very easy. And Kubera Mudra. So, Gyan Mudra, bring your thumb and index finger together. This is the meditation pose, tip to tip, resting your hands on your knees. And this is the mudra of wisdom and receiving, used across yogic tradition to calm the mind, open you to insight that will give you $1 million ideas, and then you implement it with ease. You got to implement the ideas that you receive, right? Because a lot of us will receive the insights and ideas, but do we really implement them, or do we let fear get the best of us? So, fingertips are believed to correspond to specific energy channels in the body, and this particular connection of the thumb and index finger is associated with clarity and openness to what is arriving. You will see it everywhere, like yogis practicing Gyan Mudra, thumb and index finger. Next, it's a level higher, Kubera Mudra. Bring your thumb, index finger, and middle finger together, all three tips touching. This mudra is named after Kubera, the keeper of wealth in Hindu tradition, and has been used for centuries, specifically to invite prosperity. The same way certain postures are used for grounding and others for calm. So hold this mudra and breathe slowly. For some people, they prefer to put to bring the thumb, index, and middle finger together. For some, they just want the thumb and middle finger. So there are no rules here. Just um see and feel what works for you. And I mean, Hardev here is from the Hindu tradition. If you want any questions, validation, affirmation, you can also ask her. I also teach the Sare Sasa, which is like the lotus pose. Um, that's in another course, but I'm just teaching the simple mudras here that you can implement like super fast, like hacks. You can easily like it's in your toolkit or arsenal of tools that you can just easily get and use whenever you need, whenever you feel heavy or down, or whenever you need a reminder. Next, Sri Yantra. This is also a Tantra practice that we do. If you have an image of the Sri Yantra, you can bring one to mind, or there's a lot on YouTube. I have also the best Sri Yantra meditation healing music. If you want, send me a message. I'll send them to you. You can gaze at it slowly, or you can just simply visualize interlocking triangles radiating outward from a single point of light. This is one of the oldest sacred geometries for abundance and manifestation, and it's believed to represent the entire universe collapsing into and expanding from one source point, the middle. If you can see here, the middle. And this represents moving from intention into physical form, formless intention into physical form. Second to the last embodiment practice that I'm teaching you is the Merkaba. So you just visualize two pyramids of light, one pointing up and one pointing down, spinning gently around your body. Like you're lying down or you're walking, and these are made of light and made of love. This is your Merkaba, your vehicle of light. Feel the Merkaba or your light body spinning slowly around you, surrounding you in protection and activation at the same time. And you do not have to see it perfectly all the time, but you gotta feel it and trust that it is there. The Merkaba. It's also a sacred geometry for abundance and prosperity. And you can visualize one of light and one of love. So two pyramids. Last but not the least, heart and affirmation. This is very simple, simplest one, and sometimes the most powerful. So let's all place our hand on our heart and feel your own heartbeat underneath your palm, and you can say out loud, or you can just simply say yes. I open. I'm open to receive. Or I open up my heart to receive more. All right, again, feel your own heartbeat underneath your palm and say out loud, or just simply say yes. I'm open to receive. I open up my heart to receive more. And just breathe slowly and deeply. Just relax as you do this. The most important thing that you can do while doing these affirmations is relax. Like you cannot, I don't suggest that you do these and then you're not like in a frantic state. First breathe. Like first breathe. You cannot assimilate this if you're not calm and relaxed. You gotta breathe first. Breathe slowly and fully. Relax, relax. Rest and relax. Allow stillness to heal and reveal. Be still, and then say the affirmation. That's what all these declarations and practices are all about. And this just takes seconds. You can return to it anytime, anywhere, long after tonight closes. And use any of these anytime you want to come back into your body while you wait or while you recalibrate and while you plan and prepare for what you're calling in. All right, so that's it. We have more closing declarations, but I would love to hand this over to, of course, my dear soulmate student and sister, Pattie. She's going to walk us through the root block, tracing your earliest beliefs about worthiness, receiving and love, and where scarcity or self abandonment first got wired in your nervous system, in your body, in your subconscious mind, and receiving as a spiritual practice. The shift from striving and earning into simply allowing, which is the feminine polarity of manifestation or magnetism. And this is what we are here about. This is a manifestation and magnetism masterclass, meaning there's the divine masculine of willpower and doing the inspired action steps, and also the magnetism part, which is the divine feminine, intuition, receptivity, and allowing. All right. Yay.
Hello.
So,
Okay.
hello, my dear Pattie, and the floor is yours. Let's take a picture before we start. Wait, one, two, three. Smile. One more. Wait, there. One, two, three. Smile. Yay. The floor is yours. The screen, the stage is yours. Thank you, Pattie.
Thank you, Miss Aleli. And okay, so we will be talking about the root block and receiving as a spiritual practice. So okay, wait lang. All right. This is where we will be talking about where scarcity and self-abandonment started uh, regarding to love and money. Now, the root chakra issue when it comes to love and money are coming from the same pattern. It's related to scarcity, it's related to abandonment, it's related to the feeling of not being worthy to receive, and it's the feeling of having to prove yourself that you are enough and that you deserve to be given love or to be given the amount that you desire to earn. But what we will do in this teaching is to switch from the point of view of asking to be given and turn it to opening yourself up to receive. Because again, the concept of proving that you deserve to be given comes with a lot of self-abandonment tendencies. And when that happens, we are stuck in a loop of having to continuously prove ourselves, tire ourselves, overgive. We cannot enforce our boundaries. And lastly, we drain ourselves of our energy when we can actually assign that or give that to other things that will enrich our mind and our soul. So let's start with the root block. So the root block is related to the root chakra, The root chakra, in its simplest explanation, is connected to stability, security, self worth, and how safe you feel in the balanced exchange of giving and receiving. So, when there is a block here, it will manifest in several ways. So, let's take a look at the love origin. Attachment researchers trace how a child's early bond with caregivers or parents becomes an internal template. It is a felt sense of whether closeness is safe and reliable. So as a child, how did you feel? Did you live in a home where rules were strictly enforced? And if any of these rules were broken or bent, you'd fear that your parents would not love you the same? Or were there very high standards in your household that you had to adhere to or you had to live up to? And not quite reaching those standards would mean you are no longer worthy to love? Or did you have parents whose attachment problems manifested later on in you? So this could be the emotionally unavailable mother or father, or this could be parents who have not dealt with their own wounds and it showed up in the time that they were parenting you. So communication is not open. Ideas are often misunderstood. Or you sit around the table eating together, but there is no warm conversation happening. So all of those experiences, they accompany us until we grow up. And this becomes the basis of how we view love and how we feel about receiving it. Okay, next, for the money origin, money beliefs form the same way as the love origins. They are absorbed from family patterns around scarcity, worth, and control, then carry unexamined into adulthood. So, the most prominent example I can give you is overspending because you're healing your inner child. But it comes to a point when is it still healing your inner child, or you haven't gotten to the point where you realize you need to grow up now? Because we become stuck in a loop of, I was not given this when I was young. So now that I'm earning good money, I'm gonna buy it whenever I want. And up to a certain time, healing your inner child is absolutely acceptable. And I believe that is something that everybody should do. But we also need to be aware that anything in excess will eventually become a vicious cycle that we will be the ones to suffer from. Okay, so next, where does it get wired in? The root issues get wired in attachment through understanding whether the love is reliable, conditional, or something to be earned. So those are the examples I gave earlier. Do you need to meet certain expectations from your family? Are there strict rules that you need to follow all the time? Or is it something that's given to you only when they are in a good mood? Or they just feel like giving you attention and effort and energy? Because when those patterns start in childhood, we grow up with a very difficult view of love. So for me, my view of love was more about understanding the role of your partner in the life that you will eventually have. My parents were both brilliant people in their own respects, but together they also made not so good decisions, especially when it comes to money. And that is also because both of them grew up and no one was teaching them about budgeting or insurance or planning for your old age. And I saw that in them, and I saw how it impacted us, that and that impact eventually reached me. So that's where the money problems come in. I was raised around fear that there was not going to be enough money, it's hard to earn money, or I have to be careful with spending, or instead of preparing for a bright future, I had to be careful because something bad might happen. So it was coming from a fear, a source of fear. It was not coming from an optimistic point of view. So these are scarcity scripts linked to anxious and avoidant financial behaviors carried well into adulthood. And this is something that I started addressing only last year. Because when you grow up with very anxious parenting related to money, it's gonna affect you in a way that you feel you feel you're not making enough. You feel you're not working hard enough. And you're gonna relate your self-worth directly to what you're earning. When the point of building yourself up is that no matter what happens in your financial situation, you have the steady foundation of emotions, willpower, and analytical skills that you will get through it. So, next. Okay. Money and love are different currencies with the same worthiness wound. If you learn to earn love through performance, you're likely to earn money the same way, through hustle, over delivery, and self erasure. Okay, so the biggest question here is, do you feel safe to receive this without paying for it first? Personally, for me, I was raised to believe that everything comes with a sacrifice, in the sense na I need to work hard for it. Losing sleep over something that I want to achieve is normal. What else? Even sacrificing friendships or interpersonal relationships, because when I was younger, my routine would be school and home. School and home. I did not attend many social events, partly because we did not have money at that time, but most of all, my parents emphasized that my focus should be on my studies. And it's only now that I feel really, really safe to make friends, Actually, that's something I realized recently. One thing that I've been longing for the longest time is friendship. Where I am not perceived to be the honor student, or it does not come with expectations of what's my career path, or what a job I'm doing, or how much I'm earning. So I learned that there there friendships can happen. Friendships can happen safely, without judgment, and without sacrificing anything. And this can also happen in love, romantic relationships, wherein as women, we are conditioned that um, we will always be on the losing end. There's a Tagalog saying for that, but that's the best I can translate it in English. It's saying that women are always on the losing end. But it does not have to be like that. Because when we stand up for our self worth, when we finally say that I'm no longer going to give more of myself just to get nothing in return, you will see how the people you meet, how the men or the women you're dating level up also. But you need to decide that you're no longer dealing with uncertainty, mixed signals, or non-commitment from the other party. And the same is with money. I think almost all of us are freelancers here, or business owners, or entrepreneurs in some respect. So, in my tarot reading service, I do not offer free readings anymore. I also do not offer discounted readings. I stick by my price list because that is the first and foremost filter of who you will attract. When you believe that you are worthy, that you can provide value for the price that you want to get paid for, clients of that value will come to you. You don't need to chase, you don't need to pull all kinds of gimmicks just to attract clients. You don't need to lowball. So that is the kind of power that we can get when we decide that we are worthy of the money, the love, and the friendship that we want in our lives. Okay. So let's identify the common root block patterns. First, again, our giving. I've seen these a lot in my tarot reading sessions. So they ask me why their energy feels off. They ask me why they feel sad. They don't know why they feel sad. And when I pull the cards, they feel sad because in reality, there's nothing left for them emotionally anymore because they've invested it too much to other people, to situations, even at work, in their workplace. I encountered once a client where there were a lot of reversed cards pointing to emotional drain, and I kept asking him what was happening. And it turned out that in their office, people come to him like for advice. They complain about the problems, about the issues, and unknowingly, he started absorbing all of those problems from other people. And that is also one way that you can possibly overgive. When you listen too much and then you care too much. Because we cannot avoid caring too much sometimes, especially when the people who are coming to us for help or advice are friends that we care about. Next, chronic hustling. This is common for freelancers, the digital freelancers, believing rest or ease must be earned through relentless output before you're allowed to receive. So, this is a pretty challenging concept, especially that it depends on the industry and it depends on client expectations. And one of the benefits of learning how to affirm, how to command your reality, is that you can manifest very specific kinds of clients to come into your energy field. And these are the clients who do not pay you to be overworked. These are clients who pay you to be the experts who run their business. And when you frame it like that, you're not just a freelancer or a service provider. You're a business consultant. You're a business partner. And if you start seeing yourself this way, that's how your clients will also perceive you, especially when you're giving pitches or you're sending out applications. It will start manifesting in that way. But you have to shift how you see yourself, what you believe you offer, and that's when change will slowly come. Next, deflecting. Compliments, gifts, or supports get waved off. Oh, it was nothing, to avoid the vulnerability of being seen. But culture-wise in the Philippines, there is a big emphasis on being humble, um, playing it down, like, I just got lucky, or it's just the time. But we need to realize that downplaying our gifts is also kind of an insult to the gifts given to us. So if you're of the Christian denomination, we need to accept it. Say, thank you. I'm happy that you see this skill or you appreciate my skill. And you can thank God, or you can just really own up to it. Like, thank you. I'm very happy that you recognize my skill in designing or skill in painting. It does not have to be a very long reply. Sometimes all you need to say is thank you, to acknowledge that you're proud of your gifts and you are comfortable with being seen. Next. Sorry. Where did my screen go? Sorry. Okay. I will share again. Weird. Okay, here. All right. So next, the invisible ceiling. Income or intimacy repeatedly plateaus at a familiar safe level, just below what would feel exposed. So this is in some way related to comfort zones or building walls before we get too vulnerable. Because when we want a higher income, that means we need to push ourselves harder to become the person who will earn or achieve the dream income. So it can be You need to change your core beliefs. You need to examine your values. You need to face your wounds. And all of these require emotional, mental, and spiritual investment on your end. And is that something that we are willing to do? The answer is yes. If we really want to get past that ceiling of income that we made for ourselves and go higher. In terms of intimacy, this is where some of us might start walling up or putting up boundaries just to avoid being vulnerable to our partner. Because I've heard many concerns from tarot clients that what if they find out I'm this kind of person? Or what if in the long run they see that I easily cry or I'm easily affected or I have a hard time processing my emotions? Wanting intimacy, wanting deeper romantic relationship requires us to let the other person in, to lower our walls and to accept that being loved, to be loved, is to be seen for everything that we are and everything that we are not. Okay, so next. Tracing your own root block. So these are journal prompts that you can reflect on later on. As a child, what did you have to do to receive love, attention, or approval? So for me, this appeared in approval, like getting high scores, qualifying for honor student, for being an honor student. I knew that my parents loved me, but I also knew that they expected a lot. And when you grow up with that kind of expectation, it's difficult to form connections with people because at the back of your mind, you're always gonna be thinking, what do they expect of me? And that's when you'll have to start perform. You think you'll have to start performing. That you have to put masks on just to please the expectations of people around you. Now, next. What was said directly or indirectly about money, worth, or people like us in your household? So for me, the root block came from money being viewed as a challenging thing to earn, something that we don't have enough or we can't have enough of, and also the people like us concept. Like people like me who come from the poor socioeconomic background won't have good things, or we don't have the right to dream of good things. Kasi nga, because we, mahirap tayo. And when you grow up with that kind of Filipino mindset, yung mahirap lang tayo, that sets the stage for long years of battling with your desire to build a good life for yourself and your past of growing up in a poor childhood. It's a continuous tug of war because why are you aiming for a lofty dream, or why are you aiming for an ambitious goal when you just came from this background? So at the back of your mind, there's an ongoing battle. Whether you are capable, You are worthy, and downright to, do I even have the right to do this? Next. Where in your life today do you overgive, over explain, or over deliver before you feel allowed to receive? So this can show up in our work and how we treat our clients. So we overgive our time and energy, especially when we want to prove ourselves to the client. There are times that it is necessary, but when it becomes a habit and you notice yourself losing sleep, you notice your heartbeat racing every time you get a message from the client, or you start dreading team meetings, those are signs that you need to check in with yourself. If you've been doing too much, giving too much, and when you've been ignoring your intuition on how to deal with certain workloads that were assigned to you. Number 4, if receiving fully, love or money required no performance at all, what would feel unsafe about that? Okay, so again, if receiving fully, love or money required no performance at all, what would feel unsafe about that? If you could just receive a good amount of money and the truest love without pretending to be other than yourself, would you still feel unsafe? Would you still have doubts or hesitations? Okay, so next, let's go to receiving as a spiritual practice, moving from striving and earning to allowing. All right. So when we are in the striving phase, that is when we prove through our output or hard work. We do not rest. We do not see rest as part of the strategy to the success. We see rest as the reward. Control feels safer than trust. You have a plan and you believe that your plan must be followed to the letter, down to the last step. And lastly, instead of congratulating yourself for the good work that you've done, you still keep asking yourself, what more must I do? Now, this is in contrast to allowing. Worth is inherent, not performed. That means you are worthy of your desires. You are worthy of all good things. You are worthy of abundance as you are, not as your job role needs you to be, or society's expectations pressures you to be, just as you are, without the adults. Next, rest is a birthright, and you see rest as sacred. It is a sacred time for when you want to recharge, when you want to be alone and connect to your inner thoughts, when you want to be able to listen to what your higher self is telling you, to what God is telling you, to what your angels are telling you. So trust replaces gripping control. So you still make a plan. Of course, that's normal. I still have roadmaps for the goals that I want to achieve, but instead of obsessing over every outcome, instead of worrying that things might go wrong, things will not go well, I trust that I have this vision, I have this plan because God will provide. Because the universe will arrange things to work out for me. Next, what am I willing to let in? And this is not only about the good parts. This is also about acknowledging that it has to be balanced. When we want, good parts to happen, we also need to acknowledge that there will be challenges, delays, or detours, or unexpected plot twists. But we trust that in each of those, there's a lesson leading us to our highest and brightest version of ourselves. Next, receptivity as the feminine polarity. So in Taoist philosophy, we have yin and yang. So yin is receptive and feminine and still, and yang is active, masculine, and driven. So if you could see, it's two halves of the same circle. So I think when I was a child, the interpretation of yin and yang around me was related to men and women. Yin was assigned to women, yang was assigned to men. But as I grew up, I understood that everyone has yin and yang energy. If you look closely at Chinese and Korean texts, in Korean shamanism, everyone has yin and yang energy. And in traditional Chinese medicine, there are techniques for increasing either the yin energy for a woman who is yang dominant or increasing the yang energy for a man who is yin dominant. So, why do those techniques exist? Because too much of the yin or too much of the yang is still harmful for us. Too much of the yin, one example, daydreaming, but no action, no follow through. Too much of the yang, controlling, no flow, forcing outcomes without understanding the bigger picture. So that is why it has to be a healthy combination. So next. Okay. This is where the science enters. So we have the polyvagal theory by Dr. Stephen Porges. He describes how the autonomic nervous system must register safety before the body can genuinely relax into connection or receive support, not just decide to cognitively. Okay, I'm going to warn you that when you search the polyvagal theory by Dr. Stephen Porges, you're gonna see other studies trying to debunk this. But as of April 14, 2026, there is a psychology journal saying that this polyvagal theory is not debunked, and in fact, it is still standing as a pillar or a foundation for other neuroscientists who are studying manifestation, NLP, how the brain works together with the nervous system. And fun fact, one of Dr. Porges' study, but I forgot the title, actually formed the foundation for those smartwatches that track health. So one of the core principles used for inventing those smartwatches came from him, came from one of his studies. All right, so let's go to the principles. First, receiving is a body state, not just a mindset. See, this is where most of the entrepreneurs, freelancers, and founders struggle. These people are logical and analytical at best. And then they go on saying, like, I'm manifesting clients to come in, or I'm manifesting abundance. But those are words. They don't feel it because they think that when the moment they say it and they're just, oh yes, I'm manifesting. But if you don't integrate it into your whole body, from your crown chakra down to your root chakra, your brain is naturally going to fight against it because our mind is trained to see for evidence, and that is what we are trying to teach. What Miss Aleli has always taught us: you need to believe it before you see it, because that's when your thoughts bring forth your reality. So again, receiving is a body state, not just a mindset. You have to feel it from your head down to your toes that you're going to receive blessings, you're going to get your dream income, you're going to get the love that you deserve, you will be going on trips that you dream of or that you visualize. So the whole sensory system is involved to be sure that you are safe in receiving. Next, capacity can be built gradually. Okay. Again, this is advised because when we do it in a forced manner, or in when you shock your system, your mind is going to fight against you. That is why many people become disillusioned with the process of manifesting. They're going to say, that does not work. I've manifested, I've tried to manifest clients, I've tried to manifest income, growth, but they don't take into consideration that when you start manifesting, it's going to show you your wounds, your thought patterns, your behavior loops. It's going to show you where you've been stuck for years of your life and why you feel like you've made no progress. Because when you've reached that state that you are aware that you command your reality, you're also going to have to face and to take accountability for your role in why you could not manifest your desires before. And this is related with how we feel, how we truly feel, how our nervous system feels deep inside, and how our mind perceives receiving. So, last, number 3, co regulation matters. Safe relationships and community, not willpower alone, help recalibrate the nervous system's baseline sense of what's safe to receive. So, this is what I'm thankful for here in La Union, because the people we've met so far are open to collaboration, they're open to connections, and there's no sense of judgment of where you came from or what you're going through. You can go to the community, you can join groups at your own pace and at your own time. So there are no rules. No one's forcing you to follow a certain path or a certain um doctrine. So next, practices to expand your capacity to receive. I think that all of us here have journals. So receiving journal, log one thing received daily. A compliment, help, ease without earning it first. Notice the urge to deflect. So even if it's like a message from your client complimenting you, write about it, and write about how you initially wanted to respond, like when you wanted to wave it off or you wanted to play small, and write about how you should respond from an empowered point of view, wherein you own your skills, you are proud of your skills, and you do not downplay it. You do not shrink yourself. Next, yin stillness ritual. A weekly window of unstructured rest with no productivity goal. Practicing the follow receptive half of the cycle. So you can schedule this depending on when your workload feels the lightest or if you get regular weekends off. If you get regular weekends off, then you can choose between Saturday or Sunday. So I believe that for Miss Aleli, it's Saturday. Mine is more on Sunday. No work, no laptop, no checking of notifications, no checking of emails. What else? No checking of productivity trackers. What you do is you decide whether you want to read or you want to join a certain hobby club or you want to go to the mall or do self-care dates. So that is the yin stillness ritual. You allow the feminine energy to come through and you find the best way to express it. Because the thing with feminine energy or the yin energy, it needs to be expressed. Whether in beauty, in art, in gardening, in cooking, crochet, pottery, it has to be brought out into the world. Next, tarot check-in. Or if you don't have tarot cards, you can also use oracle cards. If you have a Bible and you still read it from time to time, I would also recommend that. So for the tarot check-in, pull one card and ask, what am I ready to let in? Use it as a mirror for where you're still guarding. I don't know if you've heard of this technique that some people use. These are the modern, I'll say, modern Christians, modern Catholics. Every morning when they wake up, they open the Bible and to whatever page they're going to land on. And they do like this with their finger. And then they stop on whatever verse or passage that their finger lands on. And that's what they reflect on for the day. So that is something you can also do. You can take that as your message of the day. And next, we have somatic pause. Before accepting help or payment, pause and take one slow breath, letting the body register safety before responding. So, for example, you gave a pitch to your client or you just finish delivering energetic healing to your client and they offer to pay more than what was originally agreed. It's natural to get excited. But what you need to focus on more is to recognize that you are entering the phase, you're entering the era where you get paid more than what you initially expected. And you're recognizing that it is becoming your new normal to be paid more than you expected, to receive more than what was agreed on. Because you deserve the overflow. You deserve generosity from your clients. So take one slow breath before saying thank you or before typing your response. And this also makes way for gratefulness to fully register. And that opens the door to more abundance. Okay, next. Bringing it together, root block work and receiving practice are not two separate projects. They're on the same sides of the coin. You cannot out manifest nervous system that still believes love and money must be earned. And this is why I can read on social media questions like, I manifested this, but why does it feel like other people get my manifestations? And my first question to that is, why are you looking at what other people have? When you tend to your garden, when you nourish your mind, your body, and your soul, when you work on your nervous system to believe that you are worthy, you have value, you deserve to receive, you will not compare and you will not notice what the other people are receiving that you aren't. Because it is true, comparison is the thief of joy. And when we do not have joy in our lives, that's when the other problems set in. Discontentment, despair, what else? Anxiety, overthinking, they start seeping into our system. And that's why, first and foremost, we need to understand our role in re- removing, reframing our old beliefs about money and love. So, name the root. What happened in your childhood that caused you to feel this way towards earning money and towards receiving love, whether from your romantic partner or your friend? Second, widen capacity. Build your nervous system safety in small repeated doses. When you're receiving a compliment, pause before responding. Next, when somebody offers to help you, take in that moment and see it as the way of God and the way of universe showing you that you do not have to be alone anymore. And that this is your chance to reframe the strong independent woman narrative. This time, you still have that strength and that independence, but you allow yourself to receive the help so that you don't have to expend all of your energy on things that other people can actually help you with. And lastly, understanding that good things happen to you because you are goodness embodied, because you are love embodied, because you are happiness embodied. So it is in you. That's why you also deserve to experience it, not just always give it out. And practice allowing. Let receiving become a daily spiritual practice, not an event. So when we say becoming a daily spiritual practice, it can be in the smallest form, like you were having problems with your laptop or your device, so your friend lends you their own, or there's no internet connection in your house and your friend allows you to work at their apartment and they cook for you. So that's amazing. This is an amazing combination. Or you feel terrible and you have you're really hesitant to ask a close friend for help, but somehow they sense and they call you because sometimes that happens. in the lowest points of our life, it just happens that a person reaches out. And sometimes we don't expect these people to reach out. And when they do reach out, accept their initiated communication to be a sign that there is somebody out there willing to listen and willing to help you. Okay, next. Okay, so that's it. So again, the root block deals with stability, safety, and security. These beliefs that run in our minds are shaped not only by childhood experiences, but also cultural and religious beliefs. And as Filipinos, since most of us here are Filipinos, we've been told from a young age that we need to be humble, we need to be modest, we need to be meek or mild. But my personal belief is that God would want you to be the best version of yourself. And that would mean protecting yourself as someone that He created. And that means believing that you deserve love, you deserve a high income to build a comfortable and a bright future. You deserve to go on trips that make you happy because you worked for it. It's something that fulfills you. And also the family narratives that have run through our clans for generations and generations. They keep getting carried down. But we finally have the power to say that it stops with us. We don't have to live the stories that our elders before us had to endure. We have the right, and it is absolutely our birthright to be confident in the things that we desire, the value that we believe we can give, and our worth to our community or to the circle where we move in. So when we start bringing out the shadows of self-doubt, hesitation, scarcity, fear of being seen or being perceived, when we bring out those shadows one by one and we understand what, who, or what circumstances caused it, we'll be able to come from a place of understanding that at that time when it happened, we did not have the personal power, we didn't have the resources to say that it's not right or we don't want that in our system. But with these teachings, with the access that we have now to learning spirituality about manifestation, commanding your reality, we have the power to end those generational curses or those generational traumas. And it is up to us to take back what was limited in terms of finances, support, and compassion. So I hope that you're able to understand how it's very important not only to think that we deserve money and love and friendship and support. It is most important that we feel it with every cell of our body and that we do not look for evidence first, but rather understand that our thoughts, and when we feel it, it brings forth the reality that we desire. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with us.
Thank you, my dear Patty. Is it alright if we present again the journal therapy prompts,
Okay,
please?
sure.
First of all, I super love when you speak. I feel like the spirit is speaking through your words, and I love how now you're able to, because I met you, yeah, your growth is just so fast and so like you're the fastest growing student I've ever had. I'm telling you, like when I met you, I mean, how much more can you grow if you've grown so much in a year? I'm saying, when I met you, I am your first spiritual teacher, right? And now you're teaching all of these teachings, and I feel like I'm so amazed how you're teaching the same teachings that I teach, but I guess in a more powerful way because it's your own flavor, own your own style, and you're just really direct to the point, and yeah, spirit is moving through you as you speak. So I just want to honor you. Just want to honor you, and yeah, congratulations for all the upgrades and shifts. I'm so proud of you. And yeah, just want to take a picture of this because I'll send to the group chat so that everyone will come back to these journal therapy prompts for us to reflect. Yeah, smile. Yeah, so these are very, very powerful prompts. I can go on and on talking about my own stories, but let's save that for another day. Especially we have the monthly community coaching call this Monday. But whatever, everything that Patty shared, again, you have the recording of this. You can have the recording, of course. When you register, you will have the lifetime access to recording. And please review everything, all the golden nuggets of wisdom that Patty has shared earlier. Um, Especially the yin and yang, because we both received the download to talk about yin and yang. Is it all right if you present it again, my love?
Okay, wait lang.
Yes. So
This one. I
that's
said this.
something that I love about Patty and myself. We talk about the divine feminine and the divine masculine, right? In manifesting, it's not just you said, Patty, about extreme polarity of just being feminine and just daydreaming and being lazy, and that's too much of the yin, and too much of the yang is you're hustling and you're controlling, right? So please, everyone, if you can really process and digest this. This is big. This is massive. I'm telling you, this is massive. Yeah, okay. I'll take a screenshot of this. Smile. Yes. And the integration, last but not the least. But of course, you have all of these to review. And I sent the slides on our WhatsApp group chat. If you're not yet part of our WhatsApp group chat, please join. To those who have joined previous activations with Patty and I. This is again, I guess our fourth or fifth. So we did the 11/11. We did the more money wound alchemy. We did before that. Patty did the overcoming imposter syndrome before. So yeah, if you wanna join our WhatsApp group chat, I'm just gonna send the link. I prepared it earlier. If you've joined any previous portal activations or gatherings with Patty and myself, here's the link to join our group chat. And we also have a bigger group chat for all light workers. I'll send the link as well. If you want to join that, this is for everyone who's like all about well-being, spirituality, energy, healing, personal growth, soul evolution, expanding into highest consciousness. And if you have any links to share, please do share them also in the group chat, because this gets saved for everyone who will watch the replay as well. So please join if you want to join the bigger WhatsApp group and our exclusive WhatsApp group for Patty and I. Okay, I'll just take a screenshot of this and then we'll do the closing blessing. And then if you have any questions for Patty and myself, let us know. You have the space here to ask your questions. You have the space to um what else? Rant. Share your key takeaways. All right. Smile. One more. All right. Okay, perfect. So, let me just share the closing blessings and the declarations, and then you have space. We have time. We said it's 2.5 hours to 3 hours, so we have time for question and answers for around 5 to 10 minutes. If you have particular questions for Patty and myself, or if you have key insights to share, please do so. We will be extended for a few more minutes. But for now, let us do the closing declarations to open the field and for the field to remain open as we move forward the coming days. And I just want you to place your hand on your heart one more time. Say this out loud with full feelings. Or you can just simply say yes to receive. Most importantly, breathe. All right? 3, 2, 1, let's begin. I'm open to more love. I'm open to more money. I release what has kept me small. I receive easily in love and in money starting now. I'm safe to want everything my heart desires. What is mine cannot miss me. I receive it with ease. I want everything my heart desires fully, and I'm already whole as it arrives. I protect what is growing in me. I am a circuit for abundance. My growth is real, seen or unseen. I'm a circuit for abundance. I give and I receive freely and in an endless flow. I move my money with intention, not fear. I think and feel in quantum energy. Let's repeat. I'm open to more love. I'm open to more money. I release what has kept me small. I receive easily in love and in money starting now. I'm safe to want everything my heart desires. What is mine cannot miss me. I receive it with ease. I want everything my heart desires fully, and I'm already whole as it arrives. I protect what is growing in me. My growth is real, seen or unseen. I'm a circuit for abundance. I give and I receive freely in an endless flow. I move my money with intention, not fear. I think and feel in quantum energy. Let's continue with some more sacred mantras. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. I honor the infinite abundance of the divine within me. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. All obstacles on my path are dissolved now. So on the inhale, on the exhale. I am that, I am the source. Aham Brahmasmi, I'm the infinite, I'm complete, I'm whole. Satchit Ananda, truth, consciousness, bliss. This is my true nature. Diches et abundance ubique. I speak and there's abundance everywhere. Omnia possibilia sunt credenti. All things are possible to the one who believes. It is done, it is complete, it is fulfilled. So be it, and so it is. Whew, love it. Let's continue. More wealth and love declarations. I am a magnet for love. I'm a magnet for money. Abundance is my natural state. I'm worthy of receiving everything my heart desires. My energy attracts easily and effortlessly. What is mine is already moving toward me. I trust the divine timing of my life. I'm supported. I'm guided. I am loved. Wait, there is more. Love and intimacy flow into my life easily and effortlessly. Money comes to me from multiple sources in increasing amounts and growing quantities from all directions on a continuous basis. I'm a vibrational match to overflowing love and overflowing wealth. My relationships are deep, devoted, and easy. My income multiplies in ways I have not even imagined yet. I'm chosen, cherished, and celebrated. I'm wealthy in love, wealthy in money, wealthy in joy. Everything I touch is blessed and prospers. My bank account grows, my heart grows together effortlessly. I live in a state of constant flowing abundance. Just keep on breathing and taking this all in the highest, best, and easiest way. It is done, it's complete, it is fulfilled. So be it, and so it is. Can we integrate all this healing across all time and space, past, present, future, all belief systems, core genetic history and soul, and each and every single cell of your body, every single area, every aspect of your life? Just keep on breathing. And let's do the sealing declaration. I seal what is open in me. More love is mine. More money is mine. I receive both easily now. I am whole. I am healed. I'm complete. So be it. And so it is. And before the closing blessing, let's open our eyes, and I just want to lovingly invite you to our upcoming events. We have a free monthly community coaching call this Monday. This is happening every third Monday of the month. This has been um, an exclusive part of our community, Empowerment Life Coaching community. Um, Ever since I started in 2020, I have been doing monthly webinars, and now I'm offering it as now free for everyone who's a member of our community. So this is to help you align with the new upgraded identity that Patty and I have helped you facilitate tonight, have helped you embody tonight. But again, as Patty has mentioned earlier, it takes positive reinforcement. It takes practice, as I have also pointed out, this is a frequency, and it takes real practice to hold. And that's why we are here to help you embody, integrate all of these. And our monthly community coaching call is happening every third Monday of the month. And this month's theme is the power of prayer. And this is where we keep the exact frequency alive together as a community. So the link to join is bit.ly/monthly community coaching. Yes, so this is the link. And if you have any links to share in the chat, feel free to do so. If you wanna follow each other on WhatsApp. There's a reason why we're together in one room. And so we invite you to join our community spaces. You can even invite your friends. We hold safe space for healing circles, guided meditations, oracle guidance. We facilitate portal activations, well-being workshops, manifesting masterclasses, and I teach and train spiritual light workers like you to become life coaches, manifestation coaches, and soulful entrepreneurs like myself and like Patty. Um, Feel free to share your insights and events with fellow light workers. I don't believe in um I don't believe in gatekeeping. I don't believe in rules that you cannot self-promote. You can promote yourself in my community, in our community. You can share your Instagram pages, your YouTube for everyone to follow. There's a lot of likers in the community, supporters. Mostly they're composed of my intimate um, group, like my classmates, my teachers, my own students from Dubai. I'm based in Dubai, Abu Dhabi now. In Canada, in Australia, in Philippines, mostly Philippines and India. So we are a group of light workers, life coaches, and soulful entrepreneurs. And please also join Patty's in threads, and Patty's group in La Union. Yeah, please feel free to um, connect in person or online, and feel free to share your experience and breakthroughs. We also would love if you can give us a heartfelt review on Patty's page or my page. Your review helps attract more high vibe, like-hearted, beautiful souls as part of our inner circle. So if you are feeling very, very generous, please do feel free to share a review on our page. You can mention me, you can mention Patty, or you can also send Patty her on her page. Um, Feel free to download our empowering resources on personal enrichment, self-love, mindset, manifestation, magnetism, healing, and soul expansion. I have included the link here, awakenwithaleli.com/abundance. I have sent some helpful resources on our WhatsApp group chat for you to enjoy, but there's more. And please join our live transmissions. We also go live on YouTube. Yeah, a lot of links. I'm just gonna send them all here. You can also send yours. And um, if you have a craving to belong in an all women circle online, I have the Empowered Women's Club. It's a loving, supportive community of beautiful goddesses. And I also go live there once a month, every last Wednesday of the month. We do goddess oracle guidance, and it's one-time investment for lifetime membership. And we meet every last Wednesday of the month. We do breath work, heart talks. We also have a virtual lounge library, and the link to join is bit.ly/EWC online register. And know that the more value you give, the more value you receive. So feel free to also, share. For example, you have an idea of um a free gathering that you want to offer to the community. I'm very open to help you, to support. Free or pay what feels good. That's what I recommend to everyone. Free or pay what feels good. You can share your Instagram profiles to everyone there. You can even find clients from people in the community. All right. And again, please um, feel free to join our monthly community coaching call. And if you have insights, you can share it now. What is your key takeaway from the talk? If you have questions, feel free to share it now. If you have any suggestions, recommendations, reactions, criticisms, feedback, insights, key takeaways, please feel free to share it now. And yeah, what is the greatest learning that you've learned in this um, masterclass? And we would appreciate your feedback. And before the closing blessing, I would love for you to share maybe what is the next inspired action steps that you will do to up level and really live your highest vision. And if you're craving more, one-on-one support, I lovingly invite you to explore Patty's programs and my own programs as well, the Spiritual Awakening program for receiving private elite mentorship in your manifestation. And know that you can also plug yourself into highest consciousness as part of our community. And we're always sending you lots of love, lots of energetic blessings and positive healing vibes. And yeah, if you want to be a coach, if you want to be a reader, if you want to be also a soulful entrepreneur focusing on wellness and coaching, let me know. And yeah, before the closing blessing, I would love to ask, do you have any questions, insights? You want to share anything? You want to speak up? Any light bulb moment today? Anything that you would love to solidify into words, whether in writing or if you want us to hear your voice, um, or yeah, insights or key takeaways that you would love to share, or any questions. Normally in master classes like this, like yesterday, I did the master class. They were all insights, not really questions. But yeah, we really would love for you to um share your insights and key takeaways. And Patty, do you have any last words before we officially end? Oh, Madeline says, changing your patterns does make a huge difference. Moy. Oh, exactly. And you're here to break generational wounds, like epigenetic, transgenerational wounds and trauma. You are a generational cycle breaker. So you're ending old patterns, like how Patty is for her lineage, like how I am for my lineage, like how Isa is, you know. Yes, Patty?
Press the wrong button. So thank you, Miss Aleli, and thank you, sisters, for tonight. And I'm very happy every time there's a chance for Miss Aleli and I to teach together, because it's the merging of two energies, it's the merging of two approaches, and it's very impactful because Miss Alali's approach is different, mine is different, but we're able to bring it together to help people understand that there's more to life, there's more to ourselves that we have not discovered yet. And as we like to say, your next identity is available to you right now, and all you need to do is step into it. So when you decide, the universe will follow. But be aware that the support coming from God and the support coming from the universe and requires us to work on ourselves. So that's one of the things that we really need to get clear on. We need to work on ourselves, see the shadows and integrate the lessons. Because sometimes we see the lessons, but we do not integrate it. And when that happens, it becomes a loop that cannot finish or cannot end. So it can be tiring, but know that with every shadow that you embrace, and with every loop that you replace with a healthier one, you're getting closer and closer to the dream life that you envision for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Patty. Would you like to share anything, Joanna? I know you do wanna hear from.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Or do you wanna just chat, share in the chat? Or Isa, Moy has shared. Yeah, if you wanna share, like what Patty has said, it really starts within you, and there's a lot of releasing ego deaths, right? A lot of ego deaths that you will have to endure and rise above from. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here to give you the support, to be your anchor as you up level and up level in your journey. Right? All right. Let's take one last picture and then let's let's and then please join our group chat. I think Joanna is part of the Manifest WhatsApp chat. Not sure if Moy or Madeline. Um, yeah, please join our WhatsApp Manifest WhatsApp group chat. And if you can join the monthly community coaching call this Monday, and I'm sure Patty and I will still have a lot of offerings, collaborations together. So please watch out for that. All right, let's again smile again. Smile. One more. Yay. Aliyah got disconnected and Hardev had to leave. But thank you so much, Isa. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Madeline. Is it Madeline or Madeline? Thank you, my dear Patty. I'm really blessed to hold space with you and for you and with you, and I know that with every collaboration that we do, it benefits the community, the collective, and of course, it benefits you as well, me as well. Like individually, we get another dose of upgrades each time, right? All right, so let's just
Joanna sent
receive.
a message. Yes.
Oh, you wanna you wanna read it?
Okay. So, Joanna, Miss Jo, I'm just so grateful tonight. It was such an emotional and personal experience for me. It brought me back to my childhood, the hardships I went through, and made me realize so many things. Thank you so much. Po. And this is why we do
Oh,
what we do best.
yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you, Miss Jo.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yes. And I also want to mention Micah and Trish. They are not here now, but they are sending their support.
Registered. Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're sending their support.
Yay. Are you sure you guys you don't want to join us for our group picture? If you want, you can join us before we leave. It's midnight in the Philippines.
And it's
If
raining.
not, oh, is it? Okay. Or if not, you can just send your emojis. All right, last. One, two, three, smile. Yay! Love it! All right. So just receive the blessing. You can close your eyes or just your eyes open with a soft gaze. Just touch your heart and receive. May everything your heart desires finds its way to you easily and effortlessly now. May you open up your heart to receive more and more and more and more. And may you receive all the blessings fully with ease and grace and joy. May you carry this energy with you, this feeling of well being with you through the rest of your week, through the rest of the month, the rest of the year, long after this gathering with Patty and myself. Know that you're loved, know that you're seen, you're worthy of every single thing your heart is calling in, your soul is calling in. Remember, you're always divinely guided, deeply valued, and fully supported. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away all your worries. May the breeze blow new strength into your being. And may you walk gently through the earth and know its beauty all the days of your life. May you always be happy, healthy, and harmonious. Let us bring our hands together in prayer and recite the five Reiki principles. Or you may just simply say yes after me. Just for today, I'm at peace. I trust. I'm grateful. I work joyfully. I am love. And with a smile on our faces, let's slowly and gently open our eyes. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Patty. Have a wonderful weekend. And see you on Monday. Thank you. Thank you, Patty. I love